This is the life cycle in case of the Gymnosperm. Okay, Gymnosperm I told diplomatic type of life cycle found. What means of diplomatic means simply you can say that 2n stage. Diploid stage will be the long. That's why it is called the diplomatic stage. Okay. So now you can see, you will see this figure. So from this figure it is clear. The which stage is long, that is 2n stage is long, while haploid n stage is very short. That is diploid and haploid. So diploid is very long while haploid is too much short. Okay. So in this way, this is the generally represents the heteromorphic alternation of generation. Okay, this represents the heteromorphic alternation of generation. Next is the structure. You can see again a structure of the ovules, which is found. Ovules means seed, which is found into the uh, gymnosperm. Okay, so now here they have given the name. That is their first one, pollinum droplets, micropyle by which pollen grain is going to enter, pollen chamber, and megasporangium, and they provided with the nucleus. Nucleus is nothing but it is the nutritive tissue. And archegonium. I told archegonium you will see here because last group having articellular female gametophyte and integument, which is the outer lower protection, and multicellular female gametophyte. The nucleus, that is megasporangia, is protected by the envelopes and composite structure is called ovule, that is the seed. Megaspore mother cells divide mitotically to form 4 megaspore. One of the megaspore develops into a multicellular female gametophyte. It develops into the multicellular female gametophyte, that is archegonia, that bears 2 or more archegonia or female sex organ. That is. The multicellular female gametophyte also retained within the megasporangium, means archegonium. Just look it here, they have been. Archegonium present inside the megasporangium. It present means retained retained within megasporangium, retained within megasporangium, retained within megasporangium. Oh, is it fine? Okay, in this way it is found. This is the structure of ovules or megasporangium of the gymnosperm. Okay, now you can see again, that is the same structure. Is representing how it is going to fertilize. Okay, and I told in case of the gymnosperm, the endosperm always will be the haploid. Okay, so here megaspore, this is the megasporangium and integument, which is the outer cover. Male gametophyte within the pollen tube. So here this is the pollen grain. Through the micropyle it is going to enter, discharge sperm nucleus and egg nucleus fused together. Okay, and ultimately what they will form, you can see. Ultimately what they are going to form, just look it here. This is the spore wall. Spore wall means megasporangium, and female gametophyte, that is the archegonium. They have the seed coat, that is the integument. Okay, integument, seed coat, and integument where they have the I forgot the name. What you'll say? Integument inner, yes, outer integument, inner integuments. Clear? They have classified into the outer integuments and inner. Inner, what you will say? Can you tell the inner integument name? Yes, Bhuneshwari. Inner integument name in gymnosperm. Subhalakshmi. Subhalakshmi. S. Sanmugapriya. She is here. Anyone you are not telling? If you have studied the seed, outer integument, inner integument. Outer integument is the testa. Inner integument is the tegument. Clear? Tegment. Yes. So outer will be the testa. Outer is testa and inner is the tegument. Clear? Outer is the testa, inner is the tegument. So this is structure found in the ovule. Now just read it. The pollen grain is released from the microsporangium. The pollination in gymnosperm, very very important. Wind pollination. You have to learn. This is the important point. This is the very very important point. In case of the angiosperm, the pollination takes place by the different agents. Different agents are through the wind, through the air, So through the wind, through the insect, through the uh, birds, through the water, through the different agent is there. But in case of the gymnosperm, so most of the time, maximum time, the pollination takes place through the wind. Okay. So the pollination in gymnosperm is the anemophilous, that is the wind pollination. Okay. The pollen grains come in the contact with the opening of ovule, that is micropyle, through the on megasporophyll or megasporangium. The pollen tube carrying the male gametes grows towards archegonia. Okay. When they arrive, they will start to grow and reach up to the archegonia in the ovules and discharge their contents near the mouth of archegonia. Ultimately, following fertilization, the zygote develops into embryo and ovules into the seed. That is the structure. Normal. These things also happening in case of the angiosperm. These seeds are not covered, but it is not happening in angiosperm. In angiosperm, the seeds is going to covered with the ovary wall. That is the fruit. Up to here, incident takes place like angiosperm, but this statement is not followed by the angiosperm. Okay. Again, uh, the fertilization is direct and pollen grain are received directly in the pollen chamber. Directly in the pollen chamber of the ovule. Fertilization is achieved by the pollen tube. Okay. The process is called the Cyphenogamy. Seeded plants are the Cyphenogamous. Okay. You have to learn pollen tube is going to grow. That means they are forming siphon-like structure, tube-like structure. So seeded plants only perform the Cyphenogamy type of pollination. Okay. So means the Cyphenogamy. Siphonogamy. Siphonogamy. What means of siphonogamy? Means when the this pollen tube enters and start to grow. That is called the siphon. Siphon means tube-like structure. So siphonogamy. Seeded plants generally represents the siphonogamous type of fertilization. Siphonogamous. Okay. Siphono, not pheno. Siphonogamous. Siphon means tube. All cycads are dioecious, means I told already. Cycas is the dioecious. Conifers have the two types of the cone: pollen cone, seed cone. Okay, this is the structure. Just only for your attract. This is the attractive slide by which you can attract and you will maintain the consistency, because iron line means they have not too much beneficial, but you have to maintain your consistency. That is good. Okay. But concept should be clear. If you read online, your concept should be clear, because I didn't draw this such type of the figure in your lecture class. When I have to teach, I have to taught you, you have to see. I have not drawn like this beautiful picture. So from here you can see the beautiful picture and your concept image should be clear. Now the difference between Cycas and Pinus. This is the already asked 3 question asked from here. Cycas, Pinus, the difference between these, they have asked the 3 questions. Now look at what is the 3 questions. A genus of several palm-like cycads, old world tropical plant. It is the Cycas is the old world tropical plant. Old world tropical plants. Clear? Old world tropical plants. Tropical region. It is found in the tropical region. Okay. And cycads means cycas. A large genus of evergreen coniferous trees called pines, mostly found in the northern hemisphere. What is the northern hemisphere? If you have seen the globe, so globe they have this structure. This structure is known as the equator. Equator. This will be the north. It will be the south. So northern hemisphere means pines generally found in this region. Okay, pines. Pines means pinus. Pines means pinus. Okay. So pines or pinus generally found in this region. Okay. They are the conifers mostly found, means they are the conifers evergreen and mostly found in this region. Northern hemisphere. Hemisphere means half of the sphere. So pines generally found in this region. I think your concept is clear. Now, short, the length of this cycas is not too much big, but pinus is the tall. The height of pinus is too much. Stem is thick and cylindrical. Okay. Stem is strong, cylindrical, and scaly. Okay. Do not, I told cycas mostly unbranched, but it may be branched. Okay. Cycas mostly unbranched, but it may be branched. We can't say every time it will be unbranched. It may be branched, but Pinus is always branched. Okay. So now you can say stem is characterized by the current branching, X current branching, X current like that, X current branching. Okay. Another. Uh, have large pinnate leaves which are spirally arranged. It is saying large pinnate leaves. Pinnate leaf means that is compound leaf. I told pinnate means compound leaf. So it has the large pinnate leaves here like that. This is the large pinnate leaves generally found. Okay, large pinnate leaves generally found. Pinnate is the type of compound leaf. Okay. Have either needle like, this is the conifers. Conifers means what? Xerophytes. So have either needle like or scaly leaves. Two types of roots are tap roots and corollary roots, which have seen. I told gymnosperm, most of the gymnosperm they have the tap root. Along with the tap root, they have also the corollary root. Corollary root means it is not types of root. It is a special type of root where the some nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria gets associated, involves in the nitrogen fixation. So types of root we have studied only two, tap root and adventitious root. So along with this is the specialized. In case of the Pinus, two types of roots, tap root and mycorrhizal roots. Very simple. And Cycas is always dioecious and Pinus is the monoecious. So this is the overall difference between Cycas and Pinus. Clear? So this is the difference. Now we will see again about the next, that is the economic importance of gymnosperm. Next topic, it is the last topic of this gymnosperm, economic importance of the gymnosperm. Now you can see economic importance. It is used as a food. So seed of some species are edible. Cycas, Jingo, Pinus, and Netum. These seeds used as a food. You have to know sago palm. Do you have listened the name sago palm? Sago palm. It is the obtained from the Cycas. It is obtained from the Cycas. Sago palm. It is a type of food obtained from the Cycas. Clear? Sago palm. The seeds and stem of Cycas yield sago. That is sago palm, which is starch and also called the arrowroot. This is again sago palm, also known as the arrowroot. It is also known as the arrowroot. Jamia is a rich source of starch that we have seen. Jamia pygmea is smallest gymnosperm. Seed of gymnosperm in industry. What is the use of gymnosperm in industry? You can see. It is preparation of the gum. Gum means that you can say glue. Gum is glue. Gum, Cycas gum used as an adhesive, antidote for snake bites and using malignant ulcer. Okay. Malignant they have given. What is the malignant? Do you know cancer? Cancer.
Yes, sir.
Cancer is the two different types. One is the benign and another is the benign. Malignant, malign, benign, NIGN, benign and malignant, malign. You don't know, just leave it. Benign means you have to study one property that is called the metastasis. 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 This is the property of cancer cell. Metastasis means some cells, suppose that anyone is suffering from lung cancer. Okay. Lung cancer means the affected part should be lung. But if the cancer cells get acquired the metastasis property, that time these cells can attack any body part. It may be go into the brain, it may be go into the stomach, it may be go into the kidney, it can be go anywhere. Clear? That property is known as the metastasis. So malignant type of cancer is have this metastasis property. Malignant type of cancer, they have the metastasis property. So in this way you can say malignant will be the fatal. According to this, this malignant cancer will be the fatal. Why? Because they have the metastasis property. But benign benign type of cancer is the local. Local means if you are suffering from, suppose that who is suffering? Subbalakshmi. Okay, she can tolerate. Suppose that Subbalakshmi suffering from benign cancer, that will be the local. If heart, sorry, if lung cancer, so it will be always every time lung cancer. This is the stage. This is the stage of the cancer. Benign is the primitive stage, first stage, and when it will start to metastasis, that will be the malignant stage. And after the malignant stage, that means the people surely will die. During the benign stage, you can perform the different treatment, that is chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and surgery. There is the three different things is there. So with the help of you can treat. But if the cell went into the cancerous cell, arrived into the malignant stage, so that is the very tough to cure this cancer. Okay, very tough. Now second one is the, so you can say Cycas, we use the adhesive and antidote. Antidote for snake, it is the antidote for snake bites. Okay, antidote for snake bites. If a snake have bitten, so then you can use antidotes for snake bites. Okay, and what is the study of snake? The study of a snake is known as
Ophiology, sir.
very good, Sanmugupriya. Ophiology. Study of a snake is known as the ophiology. Okay. So snake of plant kingdom. Snake of plant kingdom.
Pteridophytes, sir.
Very good, Sanmugupriya. Okay. Now next, tannins. You can see again tannins. What is the tannin? Tannin, before tannins, you have to know one phenomenon that is called the tanning. Tanning. Okay, what is the tanning? If you have seen sheep, okay, SHEEP, sheep. In the sheep, we generally obtain the hair or leather, not hair, leather. Basically, we cultivate for the obtain wool or leather purposes. Okay. So what we have, what we do, what we generally do in case of the tanning. Suppose that this is the leather, means skin of the sheep. It is the skin of sheep. In the skin, you have to see there is the some special type of things arise. You can say there is the hair. So here, suppose that here is small hair, small hair is there. Okay. During the tanning, what is the removal of hair from the leather, the removal of hair from the skin of any living beings, that is called the tanning. Are you getting on? You are using leather purse, leather slipper, leather watch, leather belt, leather jacket. Leather means leather. How it comes? It coming from the human skin? Never. It comes from the sheep and different individuals. They generally prepared for this. Okay, they generally cultivated for this. Okay, so here, not cultivated, domesticated for this. So you can say tanning is the removal of hair from the skin, that is called the tanning. Okay, and we use the substance that is known as the tannins. So tannins are used in the leather industry. They have given leather industry, and it is extracted from the bark of our Araucaria. Bark of Araucaria. Clear? Bark of Araucaria. We obtained this tannins from the bark of Araucaria and Sequoia etc. Okay, and there is the Canada balsam. It is a turpentine obtained from the Abies balsamea. Very important. This is the PYQS. Abies balsamea PYQS Canada balsam. Previously, I also used when I was studying in the graduation time, that we have to use for the mounting obelia. We have prepared the if you are going to prepare the permanent slide, for the mounting you will use the Canada balsam. Okay, I know very well about it. But now techniques, but that time is this time techniques is highly evolved, so they are not using this old techniques. Okay, and used this Canada balsam obtained from the Abies balsamea and used as a mounting medium in biological preparation. I told preparation of the permanent slide. Preparation of forgetting about this. Clear? Look at Amber, it is a fossils. Resin obtained from the Pinus succinifera. Pinus succinifera. Wood of Pinus is used for the doors, poles, beams, railway wagon, flooring, etc. Okay, flooring, floor. Okay, flooring means floor, floor, repair of some floor. Okay, so wood of Pinus. Pinus is the generally I told gymnosperm feature. It is also known as the timber yielding plants. Timber yielding means wood yielding plants. Clear? So umber is a type of fossil. Umber is a type of fossil. Plywood is prepared from the podocarpus. We have to see in the plant podocarpus. Podocarpus. By the podocarpus, we generally use the plywood. Plywood. Okay, plywood obtained from the podocarpus. Paper like newsprints, writing and printing papers, all this generally obtained from the gymnosperm. Okay, so this is the industry. This is the economic importance of gymnosperm in industry. Now one more use of gymnosperm in medicine. Food clear, industry clear. Third is the economic importance of gymnosperm in medicine. Medicine, you can see ephedra, that is ephedrine. It is a alkaloid extracted from the ephedra, used in the treating asthma, cough, cold and bronchitis. Okay, cough, cold and bronchitis. Tincture of ephedra is cardiac stimulant. Tincture, if you have seen, I have used this tincture. I know when I was small. So when playing outside, some injured, some wound takes place, the bleeding starts. So my big brother, he is homeopathic doctor. So he has some home treatment, that is primary treatment. Like okay, so primary treatment they use this tincture. If they have used in our hands or in wound places, then they will start to very strong pain. That is irritation. Okay, so after sometimes be a strong pain felt, after that it will be the as usual normal, they will kill. Okay, so this tincture obtained from the ephedra in homeopathic, it is used tincture. It acts as a cardiac stimulant. This tincture also act as a cardiac stimulant. Clear? This tincture act as a cardiac stimulant. Now, anti-cancerous drug. Anti-cancerous drug Taxol. Very, very important. This is the, they can ask PYQS. Taxol. Taxol, this is the anti-cancerous drug. Taxol is the anti-cancerous drug. Anti-cancerous drug. It prevents the what you will say, I'm forgetting the name. It prevents the depolarization of microtubule. Depolarization of microtubule. It prevents the depolarization of microtubule. Microtubule. What is the microtubule? Because microtubule involves in the formation of a spindle fiber. If no formation of a spindle fiber, how the chromosome is going to separate? So in this way, if the chromosome is not separate, cell will give order to go the cell death. Okay, because cancer, what is the feature of property? What is the characteristic feature of cancer cell? It is the immortal, uncontrolled, irregular cell division. Okay, means only one work, cell division. If cell is cell division means cell continue will divide. We have to stop this cell activity. This cell division activity we have to stop. So we use this Taxol, that is it obtained from the plant Taxus baccata. Now you can see they have given this obtained from the Taxus baccata. Baccata, Buccata, Taxus baccata. Okay. So this act as a Taxol, and Taxol where act? It acts on the depolymerization of microtubule. If the no depolymerization takes place, means the length will be not increase and decrease. And in this way, no formation of a spindle fiber. No formation of a spindle fiber means no separation of chromosome. No separation of chromosome means cell understand. Now cell will not go for the division. Okay. So Taxol generally obtained from the Taxus baccata, and it is used in the anti-cancerous drugs, means to kill the cancer cell. Next, the juice is extracted from the young leaves of Cycas revoluta, is used during the blood vomiting and flatulence. Okay, it is used for the flatulence and blood vomiting. If the person suffering from the blood vomiting, so we can use the juice of Cycas revoluta. Cycas revoluta. Clear? we can use this juice for the this juice of Cycas revoluta we can use for the curing of blood vomiting. If the person suffering from the blood vomiting, so that time we can use for this Cycas revoluta juice. Clear? Another very important interesting story. This I'm not given anywhere. In Assam, the pounded stem of Cycas pectinata used as a hair wash for disease hair roots. Oh, causes. Commercially useful oils obtained from the conifers, juniperus, pines, hemlock. Hemlock is the poison for fir, spruce, and arborvitae. These all serve as a air freshener, disinfectants, and scents in the soap and cosmetics. Means these oil, juniperus, hemlock, pines, arborvitae, spruces. This oil used in the disinfectants, air fresheners, or scent in soaps and cosmetics. You have to use Pear soap. I think they have the juniperus oils. Okay, they have the juniperus oils. I have studied somewhere. Seeds are often food sources. Pine seeds are delicacy means delicious. And eastern plain are used as a garnish on bakery products. It is used in the bakery products. Seeds of zingo means zingo and cycads. Both are the living fossils. Cycads may be poisonous unless detoxified. Okay. It is saying if you have not detoxified, you are going to eat, it will be poisonous. Berries, in reality, the fleshy cones or juniperus are used as a flavor gene. So berries also used as a flavor gene. Clear? Berries also used as a flavor gene. Now, so this is the economical importance. Now the difference between the gymnosperm and pteridophytes. The difference between gymnosperm and pteridophytes. Okay. So look at here. Habitat, gymnosperm moist sandy places. Hygrophytes, they have given moist sandy places. But gymnosperm, xerophytes, I told conifers grow where the water supply is scanty. Scanty means less. Types of root, I told adventitious root in pteridophyte, gymnosperm taproot, along with the taproot, coralloid and mycorrhiza. Vascular cambium absent, no secondary growth. Exception is the isoids. Here, everyone they have the secondary growth if Cycas is less. Archegonium, which is present. Neck canal cells, ventral canal cells present. Archegonium found in the pteridophytes because I told pteridophytes is the last group having antheridia. Here, Archegonium is the absent. Okay, Archegonium is absent. Present. Okay, means last group it is have, some have, but most of them absent. Water, no, here essential for fertilization because I told multiflagellate juice for not juice for, you can say multiflagellate multiflagellate antheridium. Here not necessary, no need of the water because pollination is going on, wind pollination. Microspore and megaspore develops independently after being shaped from their sporangia. Microspore are shed from the type to microsporangia, and the megaspore are permanently retained within the megasporangium, which represents the seed habit. So seed habit firstly initiated in the gymnosperm. Pollen tube absent, pollen tube present. Ovule absent, no seed, seedless, seeded. Seed absent, that is present. Gametophytic independent for the sporophyte. I told you gametophytes is there, it is also independent. But in case of this, dependent on the sporophytes. Okay, here gametophytic stage also, but it is dependent on the sporophytes. So this is the overall story about the gymnosperm and the difference between pteridophytes and gymnosperm. Okay, now you can see the classes of this gymnosperm. There is the three only. Cycadopsida, Cycas jamia, Coniferopsida, Pinus sequoia, and Netopsida is the Netum and Ephedra. So these are the example of this is the overall story about the gymnosperm. Now gymnosperm finish. Next class I will talk about the angiosperm. Clear? So thank you. And this is the example you have to learn. That is Coniferopsida, Pinus, and Netopsida, Netum, and Cycadopsida. Already, if you need the name, if you have learned the classes name, then according to them you can also learn about the example. Clear? So, okay, thank you. And we will meet tomorrow with the new topic, angiosperm and life cycle, and chapter will be finished. So thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.